I'm Kirsten, Langston, author and intuitive. I have a guest today. You guys, this is Marilyn from Tarot Ranch, and Marilyn has the very distinct honor of being the first person to put up a non-Kirsten video on the new website.
Oh.
It's very exciting. You're the first one. It's very exciting. So, ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you Marilyn from Tarot Ranch. Hi, Marilyn.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? The first thing, I'm just going to interrupt myself. The first thing we need to talk about is your fucking fabulous hair.
Oh, thank goodness, because I thought I was going to be late. I was like,
No. Your hair, it is so awesome. I am obsessed with the hair.
Now, I will say that you have naturally curly hair, too.
I do.
Yeah, you know. It's like, some days we get it, some days we don't.
Yeah, some days it's not easy. Absolutely, but you come through like a boss bitch with the hair, Miss Lady. I mean, it's amazing. I'm like, when you sent me the videos, so let me just clue you guys in.
I got lucky that day too. Yeah.
Yeah, that was, I mean, no, honestly. So I'm taking submissions for videos. FYI, if you're watching this and you're like, ooh, I want to give a video to Kirsten. Actually, you can sell me your videos because I paid for them. But anything that you want to pitch to me or you want to send me, please do. I'll put the link after the video so you know where to send it. I do pay, and I love all kinds of new content. But I will tell you that Marilyn jumped on it and was like, I want to send you something, and this is what I want to do. And we kind of went back and forth a little bit. And then she sends me this video that we're going to play after this, after our little chit chat, which I loved it. You guys are going to love it. It's stellar. But I'm watching the video and I'm like, oh my God, her hair. I was like, oh my God, her hair is perfect.
So I'm in the wrong line of work here. Okay, yeah.
Clearly,
maybe.
You need to be doing hair tutorials.
It's like, no, it's very simple. Beat it to death, you know. And it's like, people, yeah, it's like.
It's and it is, when you have curly hair, it's hard to find product. I mean, yes, this is not a hair channel, clearly. We're going to talk tarot, I promise you, but we got to BS a little bit.
Hey, whatever works. I'm like, okay.
So the video you guys are about to watch after this, Marilyn has rated with her own scale the best readers on YouTube. You guys are going to love this, but But I wanted to ask you a few questions. First of all, you also read tarot.
I have begun, yes.
And how did you discover it? How did you find it?
Well, okay. Simple. I've always had a lifelong interest, I think many people have, with all things metaphysical, tarot cards, astrology, palmistry, you name it. And then, of course, YouTube made it so easy because there are probably far more channels than anyone would suspect where you can find this content. And you start watching people and go, well, that doesn't, I'll tell you, you make it look easy, right? It's like, so I just kind of picked it up from there. And yeah.
It is such an art form when it's done right and done well. It's thrilling for me to watch readers, whether it's personal or I'm watching a video, that really know what they're doing. Oh my God. It's for me, it's like watching Picasso paint. It's like, I mean, it's like watching George O'Keeffe paint. I mean, it's that amazing to me that
well, I was asking the question, same kind of question, which is, where does it come from? I don't know. Are they just, is it literally the cards or is it something a little more? But we'll get into that.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I studied for years, years upon years upon years. And I do have a tarot class, and the class is based on all of the books and tarot readers that I studied, going way back. I mean, it really is. There are certain meanings to certain cards, and people can also look at a card and say, oh, well, this means this to me. It may not mean that to anybody else, and we all kind of do that. But there's literally a way to read cards. There is a way to do it.
Okay.
So
that's great.
How did you find some of your favorite readers on YouTube? It's just who did you follow with and how did you find them?
Trial and error for years. That's it.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't even realize that I did not have the best people suited to me. You when you watch one video on YouTube, it will bring up the same thing again and again and again, as long as you keep watching it. And you think, well, this is fine, right? It's fine. So I kind of got in a rut, and then I realized, well, maybe in some way I did a slightly different search and I came up with new results. And I'm like, oh, there is a difference in readers. They're not all the same. And that's how this whole thing formulated, because I said, well, I just want to see, the best people for me, right? And also the time involved, because I do not fathom how someone can do an hour and a half reading. I'm like, that's a long time. And I don't have an hour and a half a day, an hour and a half a week to, just to slog through what might not be really serving me or getting me insight or something like that. Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. So I'm sure you've noticed, and this is like a very interesting phenomenon that I've been paying attention to, the saturation of readers and psychics across social media. It is like absurd.
More than absurd when you start counting. Yeah.
Yeah, and you did. I mean, you counted. You were going through a lot of people, and that was only on YouTube, right? You haven't looked at TikTok or Instagram, right? This is only YouTube. Wait till you get to TikTok and Instagram, because it's a whole new world.
Yeah. I don't
think. Yeah. It's. I mean, just your opinion. I'm curious. Why do you think it's become the thing to do?
Well, of course, we know that. Well, again, number one, you make it look easy. I'm just saying. Okay. And actually, I come out of a entertainment production background. So even whether professional or even not on a professional level, it's hard. Let me just warn anyone out there who's thinking, I'll just throw down some cards. Like, no. Okay. What was the question?
Your opinion of why you think everybody wants to read tarot.
Okay. Well, look at where we've been the last year and a half. If you happen to still be, you're looking for something that you can do from home, it's like, I'll just make a video and put it up, and then you don't necessarily think, so many other people are doing it, because you're like, I know what I'm doing. Okay. So you put stuff out there, and I kind of did the same thing. I was like, well, what's my interest? How can I turn a hobby into potentially a career? Mm-hmm. And then when you start looking at it from a professional standpoint of supporting yourself, you go, wow, there's not only competition, but there's just, you have to find a way to rise to the top.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it is such a saturated market at this point. Mm-hmm. And I think people are trying to differentiate themselves. Mm-hmm. And it's not easy, because at the end of the day, you're doing the same thing everybody else is doing, which is interpreting cards. Yeah. Well,
which is why I was looking for, what is that nugget that makes this more valuable than this?
Yeah. And I think you nailed it. I think, I'm very excited about this video, you guys. And I'm very excited to have you be the first piece of non-me content on thirdeyechampagne.com. I can't even tell you. This is like...
I'm tremendously complimented.
Well, I talked to, a lot of people kind of say, I want to do that. And they were sending me ideas, but you were the only one that actually made a video and sent it.
Oh,
I know, and it's shocking to me, because I'm paying for content. So I just thought, I'm going back and forth with a lot of these great people, and then they were like, okay, I'll get something to you, and then they flaked. It didn't happen. And you had follow through.
Yeah, well,
and nailed it with a really good video.
But I'll tell you, that's in part how I even came to doing not just the video, but how I came to start making this list is because there might be a little OCD going on in there, I have to have things just so. Yeah. And I couldn't stand, so to speak, wasting my time with things that weren't of value. So I said, I need to identify what's good, and if I'm doing it for me, why not share it with others?
Absolutely. And the criteria that you used to give people the cream of the crop was just, to quote my cousin Vinny, dead on balls accurate. It was perfect. Like, it was just okay. It was perfect.
Oh, very good.
So what do you recommend people look for in a good YouTube reader? Like, what are your top 3 things that people should look for when they want to find just a good reader?
Well, as I said, number one, I would say I look for the nuggets. We know these, number one, everything that I was accessing, including yourself at the time, was free.
Yeah.
Okay. So, which means it's a general reading. Okay. It's not going to be super personal, and I go into more on the list. But still, I am kind of amazed at, there's just that one little thing that they'll say, and I go, oh yeah, that fits. So you're looking for that little hint of personalization, and then if you go get a reading, you should be getting a lot more of that. So there was that, and then there is. I don't like to put too much emphasis on it because, I'm in it for the content, and I'm really, really focused on that. But there is a level of production value.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, spoiler alert, okay. If I can't hear what you're saying, and most of them are talking heads like we are, right? So I end up like not looking at the video half the time. I'll do something else and just run the audio.
Yeah.
So if I can't hear you, if it's muddled, or if there are major distractions, like I just put the battery in the smoke detector yesterday. But if there are major other things going on, or there's huge echoes, I'm like, how do these people not know that?
Right.
And it's incredibly distracting for me, because I'm a big audio person. So.
Yeah, I watch them the same way. Very rarely. Usually when I clean the house, I'll start putting my videos on and just bring the phone with me from room to room. And, how do you know if you're being bullshitted by a YouTube reader? Like, do you have anything that you're like, okay, this person is full of it. I got to turn the channel off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I find it kind of fascinating because there are 2 or 3 these are like the red flags to me. Number one is when they're not talking about you. It's like, oh, the other person is thinking about you. What? How are you supposed to verify that?
Right. You can't.
Oh, the other person, you're in separation right now. Duh. Okay.
Right. Otherwise, I wouldn't be watching the damn reading.
It's like, yeah. Oh, they really think about you, and they miss you, and they wish, and they apologize. It's like, you can't verify any of that unless, in the rare circumstance, that person actually does come back and apologize and wants to get back together, which is like, what, 1 in 100? I mean, they always want to come back, but,
Right.
So, I know there's a level where relationships do run like that, but generally speaking, if they're not talking about you and it's your reading, I'm like, red flag. So, yeah. And so, red flag, unverifiable, it's not about you, and it's all the same language.
Yeah.
Like I said, they miss you. Well, what does that mean? What are they doing? I want something a little more concrete. Tell me about the actions, not just how they're feeling. It's like, so, yeah.
Absolutely. So, okay. I'm ready. I'm already ready for another video. So I love it. So you guys, please check out Marilyn at Tarot Ranch. Check out Tarot Ranch. Give her a follow, a subscribe. Check out her videos. You're also going to go, it's going to be on YouTube. I'm going to put it up on YouTube also. But you should definitely go to here comes the plug, www.thirdeye-champagne.com and check out the full video from Tarot Ranch. Check out all the good stuff we have over there. Listen, it's a brand new website. It's my new baby. And we have a lot of stuff for free. Marilyn's video is going to be for free over there. So you can go and check it out. It is not underpaid content. And I want you to go check it out because she lists some, I checked out every reader you put on that list. I checked out every single reader and I love them. Yes, I love them. So if you guys are looking for good readers, whether it's for personal reasons or you're looking for new people to watch, check out this video. Please check it out.
And allow me to say that these are, yes, this is a top 10 list, but as we've mentioned, there are many, many others. So these got the highest ranking, but if they don't work for you, rest assured will be plenty in the next tier down, which might work for you. And we just want to up the level a little.
I want to say thank you very much for being here, for giving us your time, your attention, and for, again, being the first person to have their video on thirdeye-champagne.com. Yeah,
well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
All right, you guys, please check out Tarot Ranch. Go give her a subscribe, watch her vids, head over to thirdeye-champagne.com. Check out the top 10 readers on YouTube video. It's really worth your time. I do love you. I do adore you. Be well.
Hi, this is Marilyn over at Tarot Ranch, and welcome to Kirsten Langston's Third Eye Champagne. And this is one of the special segments that, of course, I've been watching Kirsten for quite a while. So when she put out the call for people and submissions, I thought this might be the opportunity, because I had one thing which was a little unusual. I started watching tarot readers just like you on YouTube. The problem was when I'd hear one, I couldn't remember what they said. I'm like, were they accurate? Were they? And there were constantly new readers available. So I created a spreadsheet and I started keeping track. So when I brought it to Kirsten's attention, she said, well, why don't you give me the top 10? I'm like, yeah, why not? I wanted to share it with people because if you're looking for a reader, but right now I have a list of readers just from YouTube, and there are more than 950. I've been doing this gathering this information for about 4 years now. Now there are a few caveats, these are the rules, but there are a lot of reasons why people might not make my list, and I want to share that with you too, so you can say, this works for me and this doesn't, or maybe this can help guide you along the way. Aphrodite. He covers pop culture and he's truly intuitive. Check the description box for readings. Diane's Tarot. She does have lengthy introductions, but she seems gifted at pulling cards which really tell the story with an uncomplicated interpretation. She does offer readings, but only through her paid membership program, which is posted in the description box. H&G Spirit Messages. You may not even need a reading since the video titles can be so revealing, but readings tend to start a bit drawn out, but she covers each card in depth, which is great for learning. Check her About page for readings. High Vibrations. I love her. She's sassy and blunt. Check the About page for readings. Ignatius Wallace Tree of Life Messages. A nice, straightforward presentation, a bit focused on others, but true in so many situations. They do not offer readings at the present time. Lena Rodriguez, Tarot Down Under. A pinch on the political left, but a solid reading. She does not always offer readings, but did recently, so check the videos.